Hey everybody, welcome to week 2 of these Day in the Life, Stay Home segments of the Horror Academic. Okay, so it's Monday, and I'm going to start with Train to Busan. I have a bootleg. Sorry. Uh, it was before it was available. Now it's on Shudder. I think it's might be on other streaming services too. So this is a South Korean movie from 2016. The director's name is Sang Ho Yoon. Okay, so what I did know going in was that it was a Korean zombie movie, and that's kind of all I knew, except for that it was like really different and innovative. Wasn't quite sure what to expect with that. But to kind of sum it up quick, it's uh, a father and his daughter are going to take a bullet train to go visit his ex-wife so she can spend the daughter can spend her birthday with her mom, and kind of some at the same time the world is kind of just going nuts, and there's rioting in the streets. Nobody's really knows why, and it ends up being a zombie hordes. So we have the bullet train, so we're confined, kind of like not quite like Night of the Living Dead stuck in a house confined, more like Dawn of the Dead stuck in a mall confined. Um, but it really doesn't have a lot to do with the Romero style zombies. Think more like 28 Days, 28 Weeks Later, those kind of movies. Infected, really fast zombies. These are like probably the fastest zombies I've seen, and not just fast, think like they run fast, but they turn like that. And there's this really well done effect of them kind of crunching their bones and kind of moving uh, inhumanly. I'll put it that way. Once they've turned, and this kind of goes through the train quick from one patient, like a patient zero who jumps on the last minute, to an attendant who checks on her to see what's wrong with the girl, and then just 5 minutes later, half the train, it feels like, is zombies. So it's intense and it moves fast. The attacks are visceral. The amounts of zombies is insane. It's because, I mean, I'm usually a pretty fair judge of digital versus physical effects, and I had a hard time disseminating between what was really there and what was digital enhanced, and just the amounts of people was madness to me. I think in a lot of ways this film does what World War Z wanted to do, but wasn't really working, because these are zombie hordes. These are swarming zombies that will they have so much force and power behind them just in their sheer numbers that they're breaking through sheet glass. The train does stop a few times at stations, and they end up having to run to find another train because that station isn't safe. Um, those sequences are intense, man. They are intense. But I think what I really want to say about the core of this film is it has a lot almost in similar, I felt, with the movie Krampus, which might sound strange, but hear me out. In Krampus, you see kind of everyday life and the mundaneness of it, and just all these miserable people, and you don't like them in the beginning, but they have to learn to be a family and work together to survive, when something, when the world goes sideways on them. And this is very similar in Train to Busan. They're not a family, but even the people you see that are family together, I mean, it's this very, the father's constantly saying to the daughter, "Why are you being so nice to people? Look out for yourself." And by the end, the moral of the story is that we'll only survive this thing if we learn to come together and be better people, be good people. And that's such a great message in this story, and to tell it through zombies is awesome. I love how zombie films can get such social commentary in there. But this film is very anti corporation, anti salaryman lifestyle of Asia. It's so much more about being real people. And I don't want to spoil too much about the actual story. I want you guys to get to know these characters, because you will learn they'll go from being people you don't care about to people you really want to survive. And um, I understand now all the hype, because this film really does kind of take something that we're used to and change it in a way that makes you like sit on the edge of your seat, like, oh my god, are they going to survive? Are they going to make it? Is it going to be that kind of nihilistic film, or is there going to be hope at the end? So, like I said, Train to Busan, it's on a couple of streaming services right now. I definitely know it's on Shudder. South Korean film, 2016. I can't tell you too much, but I can tell you it's worth the ride. No pun intended, because it's on a train. But yeah, everything that you kind of expect in a zombie film, I think they kind of surpass very quickly. But like I said, so it's kind of like this mashup of what like 28 Days Later was doing with The Infected, and kind of what World War Z wanted to do with this just mass quantities of zombies, and taking those two things, putting them together, and giving you like this heart, this humane story. So it is really about the struggle to survive, and how sometimes the real monsters are people, which George Romero told you back in Night of the Living Dead, but it's still true. So Train to Busan, man, I'm giving this one, the horror academic approval. Check it out. Quick one today, but I'll be back tomorrow and keep doing this. Movie a day. We'll make it through. See you later, guys.